welcome. This is the very first episode. I'm Michelle Murad, along with the incredible dating expert, therapist, and image expert, Miss Kimmy Seltzer, the host of the show.
Oh my gosh.
How are you?
So excited.
Are you so excited?
So excited to be here. I can't believe, like, it's actually happening.
It's actually happening. We are actually live in the studio, and we're here talking all things dating, style, and being your best self, right?
Yeah, because really at the end of the day, I mean, people come to me and they say, Kimmy, find me a man, find me a woman, find me love, but really at the end of the day, they find themselves.
I love that. I love that so much. I want to introduce everyone to myself. I'm Michelle Murad. I am co-producing this amazing show with the lovely Kimmy Seltzer. I also am a host and have my own studios in the works. It's MAM Studios, so this is, I'm really happy that it's under the MAM family, so I'm really, really excited. Basically what happened is that you kept coming on my show over and over and over and over and over again on Good Day Live, and I was just like, Kimmy, I think you need to have your own show. And I think what we said about this is that everyone is obsessed with dating. Whether you're married, you are not, you're single, you just got divorced, you still want to talk about dating, and we just love stories about relationships and how you meet people and all that.
Dating doesn't go out of style.
No, it never goes out of style. I just got chills. I just got chills. Yeah. It never goes out of style. And my lovely co-host Kyle Trueblood agreed that you needed to have your own show. This is a live show, so bear with us because this is our very first episode. But I want to pull up what it was like to have you on Good Day Live, where I was like, you know what? I think you need your own show, and I think this is where magic happened. Let's take a look, shall we?
Right, because people are just so wanting the relationship and the fantasy and the kids and the like what you just said. They're losing sight of what is right for them.
That's what I meant to
and
say,
that's what I love teaching people. So it's not like, and I say in my podcast all the time, like at the end, working on yourself is working on your dating life. People think it's one or the other. Like, oh, I'm just working on myself. I can't date right now. I'm like, what does that even mean? Like you're sitting there like reading self-help books and like doing diagnosis and all that. But what are you doing in application to figure out your patterns to then break them?
Yeah.
So
something actual.
I love it. You're actually
right.
dating yourself. You're actually dating yourself, which is what I fell in love with you, not only because of your energy, but because of what you said, and it's so true. When you date people, you figure out what works and what doesn't work. And I guess what I want to ask for you, and you've been doing this for a while, what makes you you? Like, why Kimmy Seltzer? Why do you have the...
I mean, why not?
Why? Obviously, why not? Obviously, why not? But what about it?
Yeah.
What, you're an expert, but can you tell us how you No, so we know. Tell us how you became the expert and how this started for you.
Well, I want to actually back up, bridging kind of that moment where I kept coming into the studio, and because this is really important to the title of the show.
Yes.
We were talking, and you had this like epiphany, an idea of like, yeah, you should do your own show, and we should call it Dating IRL. I'm like, that's brilliant. And I'm like, how can we do this together? And really, I love the title for so many reasons. It's almost meta to what the show is about. This show is live, y'all, and you know,
in real life.
In real life, and it might get a little messy.
Ooh.
And life is messy. And that's why I love it, because even when it comes to love and dating, it's messy.
I know.
But that's what makes it beautiful and authentic. And when we are in kind of our vulnerability and authenticity, that's when we have those true connections. So I love the title. And then as we were talking, having just this opportunity to just like build a community where people are getting advice in real time, perhaps even meet each other on on this show.
Yes, I love that.
That is what I'm hoping.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what we were hoping of doing is, I mean, we are going to do it, not hope. We will come to you live at maybe it's a studio, maybe it's a restaurant. We're not quite sure exactly the location, but you can see a live taping of Dating IRL where you too might find love. We are not promising anything, but you just never know why you are where you are doing what you're doing.
Well, you never know who you might meet, and this is the
Exactly.
whole like IRL thing. Is that I always teach people, and this goes into why I do what I do and why I'm qualified.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I have my own story.
Yes.
Is really why I'm qualified. But besides that, you know, I go out into the field and I help people flirt and I help people shop and like I'm in real life.
Yes.
And have people take action.
Yeah.
Because that's what really gets results, right? And so I tell people all the time, everywhere and anywhere are chances to meet someone.
I love
it could be in the coffee shop. It could be at, well, we were talking about, you know, like shopping for men and women and shopping for groceries at the
Yes.
same time. Like we tend to compartmentalize our life so much. Like, okay, now it's time to date. I'm going to swipe. It's time to date. It's like, but we should always think about dating everywhere and everywhere we go. And so it is the real life thing. And so, I mean, you asked about my qualifications.
Yes.
I mean, I
gotta do that. I know your qualifications,
I know.
but people that are watching for the very first time want to know, she's great, she looks great, but tell me what makes you you.
Yeah, well, I mean, my professional background, for those of you who don't know me, I'm a therapist by training, and that was kind of my traditional life and what I did. And I also am a dating coach. I'm also an image consultant, so I have this kind of holistic approach in helping people look and feel their best so they attract what they want.
Love that.
And I'm just not a cookie cutter approach. It's not one size fits all, because my belief is that we all have our own journey that shapes us, and we all, with that, have challenges that are different.
Yep, we sure do.
I really, enjoy helping people in all different aspects. It could be their style, it could be some kind of block that they're having, psychologically, or maybe patterns from the past in their family system that they need to uncover and work through. It could be their flirt skills or lack thereof. It is a big part of my business. I'm not gonna lie, just helping people flirt, because that is, to me, the magic pill and what creates an energy that just draws people to each other.
I would love to see it in action. We'll have to take it to the streets one day.
We are.
Yes.
Here at Dating IRL, we are taking it to the streets, y'all. And no, we are going to do some episodes where I might ambush. Just watch out. If you're in LA, just watch out for me, because I might be coming to a theater near you.
And I might be joining her too. I'll be partly behind the scenes, but mostly helping you do what you do best, and potentially ambushing you or somebody else.
Yes, and it could be dating advice. It could be your style.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what it is, it's going to be in real life and organic.
I love that. I love that a lot. And I love the color red on you. Can you tell me?
Thank you.
Can you tell me how this red happened? You come in. So for the people that are watching right now, we have a show called Good Day Live. It's with Michelle and Kyle. And every time you come in, you're wearing pink or you're wearing red. Tell me how the red dress happened for you, or you talk about a red dress moment.
Yes.
Can we get into that, or is that too soon?
No, it's never too soon. It's like we're on a date. Is it too soon?
Is it too soon? Is it too soon to tell you that I want a 6-carat pink diamond ring?
Well, I will tell you. I'll start by saying I never used to wear stuff like this.
Really?
I didn't always wear red or pink. In fact, it was the complete opposite. If any of you had seen me, gosh, I would say about 20 years ago, I would be in black.
All black.
All black. Maybe a splash of beige.
Kimmy Seltzer in all black? I don't believe this.
And look,
beige?
Beige.
Where did you grow up
It was
again?
awful. Okay, so I have a backstory.
What's your
tell my backstory.
Okay.
Those of you listening who know me, and I always say this, sometimes, because people who know me, they know my story. I tell it often because it is the reason why I'm so passionate about doing what I do. I mean, my professional experience has been amazing, and I love that I've had that knowledge to help people, but I love helping people because I have been through it. And I always say, our adversity are gifts in disguise, and it's not until we're through it and we look back, we're like, oh, that was the lesson.
That
and
makes
now
sense.
I help people, transformed their lives because of it. But yeah, and so I, way back when, in a land far, far away, I lived in a little town called Chicago. And for those of you who do know this story, sometimes when you listen to the story, you hear different things depending on where you are in your life.
Interesting. I love that.
Yeah. So as you listen, maybe something else like comes to you, and I tell it differently. But when I lived in Chicago, I lived a very traditional life. I practiced as a therapist. I was married at the time. I had the picket fence, the dog, the kids, the husband. I still have the kids, by the way. But
it's such a great punchline.
I know, but you see where the story is going. And fast forward, we all decide to pick up and move across the country, and we land here in La La Land, Los Angeles.
What brought you guys to LA?
The weather. Well, you wouldn't know it by how it is.
I know. It's so cold and rainy.
I didn't move here from Chicago for this weather. Anyway, and actually I had family here, and I kept visiting, and it was really nice. And we were all excited, and everything was going on as planned, honestly.
Yeah.
And so we land here, and things started happening. It was like, that's when the record stopped.
Can we talk about the things that started happening, or just things weren't as
rosy.
Like picket fences.
It wasn't as red and pink.
Okay, got it.
Rosy. Well, no, and here's the truth, and I don't know for those of you listening can resonate with this, but sometimes you're insulated within the relationship where you don't really see things because you are so used to being in that cocoon, and you're in this comfy little cocoon that you're not really forced to face what really isn't working. And so when you remove yourself from the situation, and here I land here, I have no friends. I had a couple family members here. The support system wasn't there, and then we were faced with each other, right?
Yeah.
So, and then I like to joke that we ended up doing what all the other people here do. We get a divorce. And I like to blame LA. Poor LA.
Listen, LA is notorious for that.
I actually love you, LA. I really do. I've stayed here throughout the pandemic. A lot of people fled, so I love it.
You're a diehard LA girl now.
I am, and the thing that was, I blame LA, but the truth is I would have been here anyway. So.
Well, you would have been here emotionally, is what you're trying to say too, right?
And the divorce.
Got it.
Everything that happened probably would have happened.
Yeah.
And so I think then when I hit that rock bottom moment, I really had to face the truth.
Yeah.
And I have to say it was a very dark period of my life. And I call it my black period because.
How long did that last for you?
I would say that good first year.
Wow.
I was almost in this dark fog and moment, and my clothes reflected it. That's what I was saying. That was when I wore all black, and I didn't even see myself at the time. That's what was so interesting, is that I had lost all this weight because I was stressed out, and I was hidden from the world and even myself. Yeah. And so I really didn't know how to get out of my own way, and here's the kicker.
Okay, what do you got?
I'm a therapist. I should know better, right?
You're funny and you're a therapist. Okay.
Well, I do have an improv background,
yes,
so I do, and we Chicago people tend to be, we deal with things with humor.
Yes.
And so I'm like, gosh, I should know how to get out of my own way, right?
Yeah.
I know, so I did all the traditional things myself that I always taught. And up until this moment, and this is really important, I believed that you had to work from the inside out in order to get results, in order to change yourself, to better yourself. So I did. I got therapy myself, I got counseling, I solicited my friends back home for support. Yeah. But nothing was working. And I realized I was in this analysis paralysis that just, and that was the clip you showed.
Yeah.
What does it really mean when you're working on yourself?
Yeah.
To me, I ended up almost using it as an excuse so that I didn't have to take action. And that's what was really interesting. So, and I see this with a lot of you that I work with, and that sometimes the fear factor is what prevents us from moving forward. And I was scared now that I look back.
Yeah.
But anyway, because nothing was working, I almost gave up. And I remember there was this defining moment. There's always this aha moment where I woke up one day and I decided to take a hard look in the mirror. And it was just like, you know how sometimes it just clicks?
Yeah.
I look in the mirror and I was like, I am horrified what I see right now. I saw this frumpy mom that looked really sad with this ginormous, you know, big black clothes.
Wow.
And I saw the nursing bras on. I was joking. I wasn't nursing any longer.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it just, I know, but it was like such a metaphor to being stuck, you know, when something wasn't serving me.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and then I just was saying to myself, like, who would love me? Like, if I don't love me, how could anyone else?
Yeah.
And that's why I always focus on that self-love, because it is so true and so powerful, but I didn't know how to get it at the time.
Yeah.
So I did something really untraditional.
What did you do, Kimmy?
I went shopping. And this is where kind of the concept of my business and how the show was born. I go to the store and I am doing all the things that I always do.
Yeah.
I'm collecting black in my arms.
I could never see you wearing black except in a little black dress.
No, can you see me as like goth? Like
You goth?
I mean, it was my version of goth, you know, but it was I could never really be that. And so I'm holding all these clothes in my arms. I think I'm up-leveling myself because they're new. I'm like, So the personal shopper in the store, she was watching me. I now refer her as my guardian angel.
I love this.
Yeah, she came up to me and she says, "Ma'am, I've been watching you and I really think you should try this on." And she holds up a red dress, much like what I have on right now.
Very cute.
And it looked like too small, and it was red. And I said, "That is so sweet of you, but that is really not my size, and that is really red." And she said,
"That is really red."
Yeah, I was like, "No way am I gonna," you know. And she said, "Honey, that is your size. That is your color.
Wow.
Try it on."
You're gonna make me cry. What happened after you tried it on?
And this is the red dress moment, and I almost felt like she hit me over the head with that red dress. And when I came to, I realized she's right. I need to stop thinking, and I need to start feeling.
Yeah.
And so I slipped on the red dress and I twirled around like Cinderella, and bam, there I was.
Wow.
I just kept staring at myself in the mirror, and I felt like this princess in that moment. And I was like, wow, I just hadn't seen myself for so long.
Wow.
And I decided to buy that dress as a costume. I call it a costume because I still didn't really believe it. Yeah, like, you know, like in Halloween where you see all the people who might be shy and they get all dressed up.
Yeah, the all like sexy, naughty this, naughty that.
And really that girl's like shy in real life.
Yeah.
So I call it costume confidence now.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and there's actually scientific proof and research that backs that up, that actually people will perform differently.
In clothed cognition.
You got it.
Yes, in clothed cognition. Yes, in clothed cognition. I know this because the psychology behind clothing.
Yeah.
When you wear certain colors or certain clothes, it makes you think and act in a different way.
Yeah.
Like if you were, they actually did studies, and you know this because you are the amazing person that you are. If you wear an actual white coat, like a doctor, you would actually test better.
That was the study that was done. I saw that. I think it was New York Times or And what was cool about that enclosed cognition too, and I remember even in my story as I look back, is that, well, first of all, they found that the chemistry in the brain actually shifts.
Right, when you wear
when you wear different clothes.
And colors too, right?
And colors, all of it.
Incredible.
And that like makes you perform differently. And when you have a certain image, it sends like signals out to the world, and we're actually going to touch on that today. We're really focusing on style, so it kind of relates to my story. So anyway, I bought the costume, and I decided that I was going to wear that costume everywhere and marinate in it, and I did. I went to the grocery store, I went to the coffee shop, I went to events.
Wearing the little red dress.
Wearing the red dress, and here's the kicker. I thought, okay, I'm going to have this confidence about me. I get out into the world, and I was like frozen because it was the first time I noticed men noticing me.
Wow.
And I didn't like it.
Why didn't you like it?
I realized I was scared. I was scared of being seen, and in that moment, it was really looking back, that those black clothes were a black cloak to keep me invisible from the alien men, as I call them.
The alien men!
I really thought you men were aliens. I really thought that, because I mean, I hadn't dated in years. And those of you who are, you know, divorced or getting back out there, and I work with so many of you, like, it's scary. Like, the last time I had flirted, I was like at a toga party, and
oh my gosh, hilarious!
My college years, you know. And but it was also the first time I realized that there was a symbiotic relationship between the outer and the inner when it comes to confidence, because confidence isn't just the inside job. Yeah. It's the outside job too. And that's what changed my entire paradigm in which I work. So instead of working from the inside out, I actually work from the outside in. You work from the outside in, and for those that don't know what that is, it's called, can you tell us what it's called? It's called, drum roll. So what is this? What are we looking at? Yeah, well, I know it's kind of a bland graphic, but I did want to just kind of show like the different pillars of what the charisma quotient is. First of all, I love the word charisma. Me too. Because charisma is really like a magnetism that just allows people to draw people to you, right? Like it's an energy, it's part of the flirtation. And when you're more charismatic, people respond to that energy. And then there's a synergy between two people, and that increases confidence because you're getting that validation with the connection. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's what attracts people to people, right? It's being playful, it's having fun. You know, it's so true. The second I allowed myself to be more authentically me, wearing berets and wearing short skirts and red shoes and whatever, I've noticed more things come to me. Kyle, my friend, says it's because I have blonde hair and I'm in LA and wearing crazy clothes. I was like, that is not why. It's because I'm being my true authentic self. Yes. And I feel like people want to gravitate towards people that are happy in their skin, or at least they're honoring what's going on within, and they're being authentic. It's charismatic. That's right. And charisma too, and this pertains to the flirt part, is it's a very present state. So you're we'll talk about that. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But you know I work with a lot of high achievers. You know who you are. I've worked with you. And high achievers tend to be in their head a lot, and they're outcome oriented, and that's why I'm one of those. Well, you learn to hack it. Yes. Maybe through your costume. Yes, through my costume. Right. Yeah. And then with your body language, and that's all the first things that I like to look at. Yeah. And when you're out of your head and out of the outcome kind of like mindset, and you're more present, that also helps you connect better. So that pertains to the charisma quotient, and it's the name of my podcast, and I know a lot of you listen to the podcast, so you can check that out. Where can people find your podcast? Go anywhere that you listen to podcasts, quite honestly. So, you know, you can find it pretty much everywhere, charisma quotient. And the thing that is interesting about charisma, as I was like conceptualizing the formula, it's like, that's really what I'm teaching. And there are 3 pillars that go into it. So starting from the outside. Let me show what this is. Okay, so what are we talking about? Starting from the outside. Starting from the outside, it's your style intelligence. And what style intelligence is, it's a word I made up because it quite honestly went with the other ones. And going back to your oversized clothing, do you have to pinch yourself when you're doing a TEDx talk about this stuff? Because that's pretty epic. It is. Right? Yes. Do you like take a step back and go, I used to not be in this space? It is weird. Well, I do have a theater background, I will admit. And it was kind of fun being back on stage, but in a whole different way, telling my story and inspiring others. And it is weird because people say to me all the time, well, how did you do it? Like, how did you get here? And my answer is, I don't know. Like, I actually think...
You put the red dress on.
I put the red dress on. It started with the red dress, but really, at the end of the day, it was about being present. Like, I didn't get ahead of it. I didn't look back. I just stayed on course, and I just kept going.
Wow.
And so, for those of you also thinking about your love life and where you want to go, it's really important to think about little steps that you can take that will get to where you want to go. Because the truth is also, you're going to keep going. Like, even at the end of the yellow brick road, there really isn't a Nas. Like, we think, and we know this from the story, but there's a perception that there is this like magical thing. And when you get there, you'll probably want something else. And then that's kind of the self-growth that I believe. So going back to the formula, really when you start from that outside, when people notice you, they're giving you that feedback that increases your confidence. And so that then helps you internalize it. So the second part of the charisma quotient is the internal, and that is your emotional intelligence. I mean, this is a big buzzword now. Everyone's talking about emotional intelligence.
Everyone's talking about emotional intelligence. Tell us about what that really means.
Yeah, I mean, I teach it so much in the way that people date and how we connect through your vulnerability, authenticity, how we express ourselves, how we set boundaries, all the things
Terrible at that.
Well, we're gonna we need to like talk about your story. Oh yeah, you're not getting out of this.
Speaking of boundaries.
Segue to, we're gonna talk about Michelle's story, because that was also one of the inspirations.
Yes, that's definitely part of the inspiration of why I wanted to do this, because like you said, like so much of dating is dating yourself. And my mom was sick for a really long time, so I didn't want to date anyone or be with anyone because it was too much. It was just like, I couldn't be with anyone. There was just no space because I was focused on other things. And I tried. I would go, my mom called me one and done girl. I would go on one date and it'd be done. Because in my head, I knew exactly what is right for me, and I would hear things, and like guys would say certain things, and Kyle's one of them. I'm sorry, Kyle. Would say certain things that I would be like, oh no, like I'd like X off. And my mom unfortunately passed, but I met someone shortly after, and it was the first person that I had allowed myself to be open to, and I'm so grateful for that relationship because it taught me so much. And honestly, like, I mean, that person was so crucial at that point in time, and give him so much gratitude for that experience, because it's, you know, it was the confidence I needed to move forward and to deal with that loss and that grief and to start a new chapter in my life, because I had always wanted to be an on-camera host and I always wanted to create shows, but like that, there was a very dark period of my life where it was like I didn't know how to function without my mom, almost. Like it was like, it's very odd because my best friend says this. She says her father just passed, so we're experiencing this together. It's that you. Wow. Okay.
Just in case we didn't know.
Thanks, Mom, if you're watching.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't be surprised at that. This is a live show. You know, it's interesting because I was stuck, and I don't know why I was stuck. I don't know. I don't want to totally blame it on the fact that she was sick, but I just think I was so lost in the fact that, like, I don't know what life would be like without her. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with my life. And when and then I started working on my own stuff towards the end, and she passed in April of 2021, and she just kept saying, like, keep going, keep going, keep going, and then when she passed, it was like this whole, it is very bizarre. Like it definitely opened up this whole chapter in my life to do things differently, and to really because I think, like, when you're faced with such profound experiences like death, it's like, what do I have to lose?
Yeah.
If that is it, what do I have to lose? And so I just invested everything in myself. Everything. And I would drive Uber and Lyft, or not Lyft, what is it where you like give groceries? I give groceries.
Oh, Instacart?
Instacart. I would do Instacart in between, like, doing my shows and everything, because I just wanted to invest in myself. And then as I'm investing in myself, dating started happening again. which is really crazy. Back to what you're saying is like just being and like, you know, being present and what is there to lose. So, you know, I do wish the experience was a little different in my last relationship, but I will say like it has prepared me for what will happen next.
100%.
And I'm, you know, it was not easy. I don't think anything really is, other than being present. Even though that can be challenging, I feel like I'm gonna start to cry. But yeah, I didn't think we're getting so deep today.
Yeah, well, you know,
Right?
that's how I roll. I mean, no, but so the vulnerability that you're showing right now is exactly probably everyone who's listening can relate to. And this is, it's almost meta to what we're talking about when it comes to expression. There's so many like layers to what you're saying. And I just wanna highlight, first of all, that, you know, when you have been used to being a caretaker for so long, that was your purpose. Yeah. And that was your role. And, you know, and I know like, especially women, we tend to be very comfortable in that caretaking space. And then on top of it, you had to take care of mom, you know, and it was hard. So when that went away, it was like, well, what's my purpose?
Right.
And, you know, and, you know, a lot of times when you're a caretaker, and this is part of the emotional intelligence, actually, you don't express what you want. You don't express what you need. You are more focused on what other people want and what other people need. And with that, you attract lopsided relationships.
Interesting.
And so people who are takers are people who like you in that role, you know? And so it sounds like that journey has been such a beautiful one, albeit hard.
Yeah, for sure.
In kind of recognizing that and learning that. And, you know, I say all the time, there's no such thing as really bad relationships. I just find that even the bad ones have gifts.
Oh, 100%.
Like we learn from every relationship.
Every relationship, whether you're dating or whoever you work with, I learn about things on a constant basis, like every day. Rhyme all the time, every day in every way. I really do. And it's really interesting that you say that, because I think we can change the perception of, you know, like that guy he's not, I mean, yeah, he probably is a terrible human being, but you got the gift of, you know, the knowledge of to never go in that direction again, or you got the gift of, you know, knowing yourself more about like, I will not put up with that. Like, I will not be a doormat. I will not let a guy date 100 girls at once.
Oh God.
Oh, that wasn't the last one. That was the one before. I didn't know it. I didn't know it at the time. Maybe I did. I didn't really care.
We're gonna definitely
Yes, we'll get into it. This is all what the show is about.
Exemplifies some of what we're gonna do on the show. You know, is really having some coaching, live coaching sessions.
Live coaching.
Obviously, we'll do some segments with you. We're gonna do some segments with you all. So if anyone's interested in getting coached live, definitely, you know, let us know. You can go to datingirl.tv and just let us know if you want. But back to what we were talking about, it is so important of the inside job thing and shifting, because again, at the end of the day, you can't change all the people around you. No. All you can do is change things about you to get a different result.
Yeah.
And that's empowering.
Super empowering. And you know what's helpful to me is, I don't know if you think this way, but like, when something doesn't necessarily go right, I feel like on some level I might have created it, which gives me a little bit of control so that I can change it again. Yeah. So I can change it to work better.
Yes.
You know, like, okay, if I had something to do with this situation, then that means that I have something to do to change it to get a better outcome.
Yes, you got it.
Yeah.
And I actually have a kind of a method that I teach in a lot of my classes. I call it the MAP method, and it's changing your mindset, changing your approach, and changing your perspective, to your point. And because when you change those three things, that is what gives you the power to make things happen. Yes. Because if you're so used to seeing things one way, like if I didn't move from Chicago to LA, I didn't change like my environment, and that kind of would have maybe kept me stuck for a lot longer. You know, I mean, who knows? So sometimes when something happens, it could be a bad thing, it could be something even good that slaps you in the face. It wakes you up to do something different.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. Oh, we're gonna get so into it. We're getting really deep.
Okay.
This show is super fun too, but we're getting deep
but
because
I think it's important.
Yeah. Jeez. Whoa. Hello. synchronicity at its finest. I think it's super important to get a little deep, to acknowledge the things that aren't working, and be like, have that moment where you look in the mirror and you say, this isn't working for me. And then have your red dress moments. And then go from there.
Yes. And then that will lead into the third pillar, which is a little more fun topic.
Yes,
let's bring it up a little bit.
Let's bring it back.
It is your social intelligence.
Yes,
this
tell me
is
about
how we manage interpersonal communication. Like when you're out there, and when I do my wing gal sessions, like
what's a wing gal session?
Happening, you know, well, this is where I go out with people and I teach them how to flirt. So flirting is a big part of your social intelligence.
Okay.
And how we interact with the world, how we have, I call it social comfort. You know, like when you walk in a room or you walk on a date, how comfortable are you? Or do you have anxiety?
Terrified.
Wait, see, now let's get into this for a second, because look at this woman. She is this like gorgeous blonde.
I'm actually brunette, but yes, I got it.
You're costume blonde.
I'm costume blonde.
Costume blonde, we'll call her.
I like the blondes. A lot of people like the brunette, but I like the blonde. It's fun.
Blondes do have fun, I will say.
Brunettes do too.
Brunettes and redheads have fun
Everyone
too.
has fun when they want to have fun.
I just like using blonde as like when I do something really dumb, then I'll use it.
I was asked earlier today, can I do a dumb moment? I was like, huh?
It's because I'm blonde.
Really?
So when I teach people how to interact with the world, it also increases confidence, because I'll share a quick story around that. I remember there was a client that I helped, and she had extreme social anxiety. And we had an intensive together where I first like sit down with people and I get a good history of this, the therapist in me, and understanding kind of where things were coming from. And I realized, I mean, she called herself an introvert, but really the truth was she just didn't have a lot of experience.
It's a muscle, right?
It's a muscle that she needed to exercise. Exactly. I call it the social muscle a lot. And so, you know, when we went out, I said, look, I'm going to kind of throw you to the wolves. There was a conference that she had to go to. I said, we're going to walk into this conference, and I have this formula called the social engagement formula that I teach people on how to get out of their head and more into their body and fun. And so then we went out, and we get to the door where the conference is, and she is like sweating. She's like, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. And she was getting all like nervous. I said, you got this. And I kind of like held her hand, and we just walked in, and I was teaching her how to do, you know, everything from body language. We changed the way she looked and her dress. And she had that kind of body confidence with her first impression, and just having the conversation skills to just break into a conversation. And all of a sudden she started making all these friends.
That's amazing.
And then when I left her,
I love that.
when she wrote me back after that weekend, she's like, Kim, I made so many friends. I got asked out. That's never happened before.
That's amazing.
She just needed that boost, that confidence, and the skills. So really, so much of what I do is a skill building kind of thing.
I love that. It sounds like you can be a skillful dater. We don't have that much time. We've been talking so much.
And we were like, we're going to run out of things to say.
Can we do an hour? Apparently we can do way more than an hour. There's so much that we're gonna see in the upcoming episodes. But we have a clip of you, and this is you guiding this woman. And
yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about this?
In the next few episodes, I'm really gonna like focus on your style.
Yes.
The style piece, like the style intelligence, as I called it, because it's the first thing that I work with. It's fun, and again, if you knew that there were a few tweaks that you could do in your wardrobe and what you wear, it would make a huge difference and an impact in the way that you're being seen. Like, why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, why wouldn't you do it?
Anyway, this is
so we take a look. We're gonna
first
pull this
of all,
up.
Actually, if you can show the before picture.
Show the before picture of her? Okay.
Yeah, and this is a woman who I worked with over the course of this past year, and we did an intensive together where I went to her hometown, and you know, we realized together that she was kind of the
Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah. We'll tease with that, but yeah, it was a big journey that she had to go through. But the first thing I realized is that she needed a wardrobe change. I mean, she showed up like this, and I said, "I'm no offense, but you're too young to look old." And she laughed, you know, because she's not old. She's this beautiful woman in her 50s,
super beautiful,
and she just was scared to put herself out there.
She's wearing the black cloak, like you said.
100%, and you should have seen. Well, there's a picture of all her clothes on the ground.
Oh yeah, I have a picture.
Well, we'll show that in a second. And so this clip that you're about to see is actually our experience when I was there. I didn't have you all with me, so I had to do it on my iPhone, and I did the best I could. But I wanted to show kind of some of the stuff that we did and the transformation that we had.
All right, let's take a look at the transformation that you had with this woman.
And then we'll show the after pictures.
What was her name?
Susan.
Susan!
And Susan, and as you're pulling up,
and it was really emotional, but we are about to go shopping, and then we're going flirting, and really having her get used to being seen. She's been dimming her light her whole life, and she also didn't think she mattered or had a voice. So I can't wait to show her how much she matters, to shine the light on her and to have her voice and walk in a room like she means it.
So I am with my beautiful client, and we're just noticing this butterfly that came to us as we were talking about her coming out of her cocoon.
And she showed up.
And she showed up. How are you feeling right now?
It's actually very emotional to see that butterfly.
Yeah.
And the first time, and she's come back.
Yeah.
That's what I love. We saw her once when you were talking about the butterfly. Mm-hmm. And she flitted around and flew away, and now she's back.
And what significance is it having, given our talk together?
Because I am coming out of a cocoon.
We are going to turn her into a butterfly, poking her wings out of her cocoon by first going shopping, then going flirting.
Yes.
And become that butterfly that we just pointed out.
I'm excited now. I'm very excited now.
Oh my gosh, we're going to have so much fun, so stay tuned.
Susan.
I want this.
No. No. Going around the store, and this is what she picks out. The reason why this is all wrong, it's a pattern. This is going to widen you. This isn't very appealing for a man, especially for the photos. We are going to pick out something more like, yeah, this is going to be the hot number. How do you feel about this one?
I do love this one. I love the color. I love the neckline.
Even your body language, when you drape that over your body, was more like sexy versus the other one is please. Oh my. Okay.
You like this one?
I don't even, like, words do not describe what I am looking at right now.
I
More
love
importantly,
this
how
one.
do you feel?
I love this one. I love the color. I love the cut. I love everything about it.
You look phenomenal, and the way you're owning it right now, the way you're walking, your body language, do you feel the difference?
Yes, yes.
Oh my God. All right, we're gonna keep going.
So I am back, and I just went shopping with her. Wait till you see the big reveal. I can't wait to show you, first of all, what she looks like, but second of all, she's coming back. How amazing her confidence grew in a short amount of time after we got her makeup done, and she got amazing outfits. Her body language shifted. So, oh, okay, here she goes.
Oh my God. How do you feel?
I feel amazing.
Oh my God. Now there she is.
Here I am.
Oh my God. Much different than we saw before.
Yes, much different. And I feel different.
How so?
I don't feel like I disappear into the wallpaper right now. I have on clothes that I would never have picked out by myself. I have on makeup that I would never have done myself. I feel completely different.
And now we're about to go flirting, and
Yes.
like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like so sexy confident, 1 being the worst. Where are you at right now?
Okay, so I'm an 8.5.
Eight
I'm
and
an
a
eight
half.
and a half.
Yeah, but the hair just was starting to flow, so I think that's a 9. And then where were you when we started?
Oh my word, I was at a 4 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. In
Yeah.
one day. You
In
can
one day.
imagine. Now we're gonna do some conversation and flirting, and let's see if it goes up a little. But you look
Okay.
fantastic.
Oh, thank you. I feel fantastic.
I mean, hey, live show, first episode. I love Susan. Does Susan live close by?
No, she does not.
What? We gotta get Susan on the show.
I know. Maybe she'll come one day, or we'll Zoom her in.
I want her
or
to
FaceTime
fly
her
in. What are you talking about, Zoomer in?
So what was really profound as you're picking, or you got to see her after photo, is that this was a woman
This is
who,
her after.
yeah, I
How
mean,
cute.
she was scared to go online because she didn't want to be exposed, and she was scared to even put that video out there.
Wow.
Like, she had so much anxiety around even just like conversing with people out and about.
Yeah.
And after that moment, and then I did another like series, and she was also in my retreat program that I have, and I have
wow.
another retreat coming up. So if any of you are interested in it, definitely contact me. However, with that process, again, with practice, she just became that butterfly.
I
and now
love
she's
the
like, of course
butterfly.
you can put my pictures up. Of course you can.
I love Susan. Susan, I love you. I love you lots.
And I'm sure a lot of guys are loving you right now too. You know, like, and by the way, that's the beauty of the show, is that I hope to make some matches here.
Yeah, well, I'm excited for you to make some matches.
Let's show-
should we show like?
Let's show a man over.
You want to show a man over? Okay,
Yeah,
let's
well,
show a man over.
Let's do.
Are we gonna do this
one?
This guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Here,
Okay.
let me split this, or let's take a look.
And he might even be
is
watching. This is Peter.
Hi, Peter.
It's a good way to know what clothes flatter your figure,
Okay,
what
what's-
clothes to stay away from. I have a body shape guide for
Oh,
women
okay.
that will actually help you measure yourself,
right.
and that will determine what body type you are.
Okay.
And if you're a man, I have a man's fashion manifesto, so that,
Oh.
I mean, men secretly want to know
Yes.
fashion. They just don't sit around on a Sunday afternoon talking about like
No.
fashion, right? Well, some might.
Do we
I
sit
shouldn't
around
say
talking
all,
about-
but somebody, yeah. And so you can go to styleguide.tv.
Styleguide.tv. Okay.
Styleguide.tv to download your style guide.
Love it.
And also you'll be in my community, and you'll know about upcoming workshops and whatnot, which I do want to highlight after this. But
Let's go back to
going
Pete.
back to Pete.
Let's go back to Pete. Okay, I'm bringing him. Yeah.
And he needed some help with his sexy confidence. I'll never forget, Pete came to me and he said, Kimmy, I want a little edge.
Yes.
Because he was the quintessential nice guy.
Yeah.
And he wanted to feel like sexy.
Yes.
And he was falling into the friend zone a lot.
Oh,
and
no,
he
Pete.
said, I know.
I'm sorry, Pete.
I
Does
know.
Pete live in LA? We need Pete.
No, he doesn't live in LA either.
Where are all these people?
Well, if you live in LA, y'all,
Yes, if you live in LA, let us know.
because we want to do a live makeover too.
Yes,
so
live
anybody who
makeover.
wants to do a live makeover
excited.
here in the studio, again, go to datingirl.tv and let us know.
Datingirl.tv. Did you get that? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So I wanted to start with the style. And while he actually worked with another image consultant, the clothes were a little more
What
work.
image consultant gave him this?
Well, we won't talk about that.
All right, okay, we're only focused on you today.
But actually, this is one. She didn't put him in this. In all
Okay,
fairness,
okay.
but this was kind of like stuff he was just wearing around.
Yeah,
like, to the
okay.
grocery store. Remember,
Look at the
everywhere,
smile on Pete's face, though.
everywhere and anywhere, chances to meet
Yes.
people and to go to the grocery store. And this is
Yes.
not a way of attracting women.
Absolutely.
So he did a whole experience. We went shopping.
Okay. Drum roll, drum roll. Okay, gotta pull up the photo. You might have to drum roll a little bit longer because is this Pete?
This is Pete.
Wait, that can't be Pete.
This is Pete.
Get out. This is Pete. Look at Pete.
And look
Yay, Pete. Woo! Ow!
If you notice a lot of the makeovers, not only is the style changing, but look at the body language.
Wow! Wow! Pete could get it. I'm not talking about myself, but Pete could get it. Like with that.
Why not yourself?
Well, I mean, I have. Pete could get it.
I baited you there. No, but what Pete's there, and I don't know if he's there. I mean, Pete,
Thanks for watching, man.
come chat with us. By the way, if you're on, like, chat with us.
Yes,
Let us know you're
we
here.
were told that the sound, we lost the sound for a minute by Sylvia. Thank you, Sylvia, for watching. We appreciate you, Sylvia.
Yeah, well, and we have time. We have the lovely Sylvia, who also had to make
Sylvia's on here too.
She is. We have some pictures.
We might have to
of
go
her.
over time if that's okay. We might have to go a couple minutes.
Yeah, so
if we do.
I don't know.
The powers that be looked at us like, I don't know.
I think we should wrap up. Anyway, so yeah, after this experience, then we went and we were flirting, and
He looks great.
never before did he have like women that were coming up to him and talking, and he felt really confident, and it was a really, again, his red dress moment. Obviously, it wasn't
I
a
love
dress.
his red dress moment. He looks great.
But yeah, and he felt great. And
He
from that
looks
moment
great.
on, like, obviously we were coaching together too. He has gotten a ton of dates. He feels more confident, and yes, he got that edge.
He got the confidence and the edge.
Yeah.
Who else can we talk about before we have to wrap it up? It makes me sad that we have to wrap it up.
Well, I want to honor, because I told somebody that we would do kind of on the spot.
Okay.
So it's so funny because I wrote my audience, I'm like, who wants their pictures being assessed?
Yes.
And we're going to audit this picture right now.
Okay, is this a
Do you
guy?
know that all men, no women volunteered, by the way. I'm not surprised.
I love that. You mentioned that
I'm
before
not
we went
surprised.
live.
Yeah.
So is this Justin we're looking at?
Justin.
Okay, Justin.
Oh, wait, no.
No,
Let's do
Justin.
somebody else. Let's do Will. Like, go down.
Do Will.
No, go
one's
down.
Will?
Go down.
Okay, I'm
No,
going
no,
down.
yeah.
Is this Will?
Yeah, this guy.
What's wrong with Will?
Well, I mean, there's not anything wrong, and I don't know if Will is actually, because I didn't know if this is what he put up on his profile.
Okay.
And it's not that it's bad, but he, I think, had another picture in there that was okay.
Okay.
But it didn't show his sexy style. Like,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is like
yeah.
him after maybe playing a sport of some
Okay.
sort.
Okay.
So if you can go, what I would really recommend, Will, if you get something that has more like intention with your sexy style, like what, I hope you wouldn't wear this on a date.
No, God, no. Is that for real?
I'm praying that
Don't wear that on a date, Will. Will.
So go to the pictures where
Okay.
I have some ideas for him.
All right, some ideas for Mr. Will.
Yes.
Okay, pulling it up.
Yeah,
this
this
is
one.
a good look.
Yeah,
I like
like-
this a lot.
So, Will, if you're watching, like, imagine, and ladies, like, please comment if this would be a better look.
I love this look.
Yeah, like,
I love it.
It has a little bit of edge going on. I love leather jackets. I always tell women and men, they should always have a leather jacket because
Yes.
it always puts like a little kind of sexy edge into your style. And the clothes are more fitted. Like if you showed up in this outfit, I think women would see you a lot different than
Well,
in
yeah, you definitely do
clothes.
that. Look very, very cute. Oh, Sylvia says hot. Sylvia likes it. Sylvia says it's hot. Listen, I'm with you, Sylvia. I think it's super hot.
Can we show Sylvia? Because
Yeah, let's show Sylvia.
And she is in LA, by the way.
So, Sylvia, you're gonna have to come down to the studio. We'll have to have you on.
She's awesome. And
Which one's
when
Sylvia?
I first worked with Sylvia, no, let's go back.
Okay.
Where is she? Here
Is that
she
Sylvia?
is. Right
Okay.
here.
Is this her before?
This is before.
This is Sylvia's before. Okay, let's Sylvia, we're calling you out.
Yep. And
Looking
Sylvia,
great,
but look
very
at how
cute.
beautiful she is.
She's beautiful. I love the blonde. Yeah, she's very cute.
But again, this wasn't really a date look, and there were things that she was wearing that wasn't serving her body type, and so
she's got a great body too.
Great body.
Wow, hourglass,
Great
beautiful.
body. Yeah. And so
Look how what?
Yeah.
Wow.
But
People
one
pay
thing
for that.
One thing I want everyone to hear, and this is when I do like virtual makeovers or when I shop with people, and again, if you want to pick up that style guide, styleguide.tv will help you determine what body type you are.
Yeah, that's so important.
If you have a bigger chest, if you wear something that's more of a V-neck, it actually makes your figure look more, like even in your silhouette.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so like there were some things going on that just wasn't a good dating style. And then she just texted me some fantastic pictures. So after our experience together, if you want to show some of the vavoom that she's
show
been,
some of the vavoom.
and men, like, look at that.
I mean, she just had a red dress moment.
She definitely had a red dress moment. And then there's another red dress moment that she has. Like,
wow.
This was just as she was trying on new clothes, and see how the V-neck.
Look at even her demeanor has changed.
Yeah, and look at how her silhouette looks now just by doing the V-neck. So there's a lot of tricks that you can do with, like your clothes. And
But even her personality, like I had noticed a shift.
Yeah, but okay, show the other red dress moment.
This is the next. This is
that
black.
one? Yeah, the
this
black.
This is cute
which
too,
is
but look at
sweet.
how the smile gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
It went from no smile to like bigger.
And then last but not least, dun 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 dun.
Oh wait. Where'd she go? Last but not least,
there's another.
There's another photo.
Oh, did you not get it?
Oh no.
That's all right because she still had the red dress.
Oh, wow. Let me double check my devices so I can make sure.
Devices.
Let me double check. I want to see. There was another. Oh wait. Oh, there we go. Oh,
yes.
This I thought was for sure on here.
Now it's a little bit different because it's longer.
Let me see.
If you can get it up.
She looks
there.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
What?
Because talking about like
Sylvia, speaking of hot, wow. Where did it go?
There she is.
There she is. Sylvia looking so
now,
hot.
Now look at her body language,
Sylvia.
and yeah, she is doing fantastic.
I mean, what? Look at the smile on this woman.
Yeah. And you'll notice that body language is so huge, and we're going to get into this in the episodes, but it doesn't take much, ladies, to turn on a man, and yes.
I think it's pretty simple, as my friend Kyle says.
It is simple, but we make it so complex as women.
Why do you think that is?
We think what's obvious really isn't.
Yeah.
And so I always tell women you have to almost like hit them over the head with a baseball bat so they get them
Hit
to
them
notice.
over the head.
Yeah, and so anyway, we're going to talk about energy and reading, and I will say, I just want to because we're going to be doing a lot of these shows. There's also an opportunity if you want to dive deeper. I'm going to be doing these workshops where people can be in a Zoom room together where we're really working on your style, your body language, your energy. Fun. The first one is going to be April 11th, and we're really working on your sexy confidence.
Yes, sexy confidence.
Yeah.
I can't believe we just did a whole hour and a little more.
and then some.
What's that? Oh, yeah. We are, as I said, a live show, and I got the powers that will be talking to me because we do not have an ear prompt. This is fun. This is so fun.
Yes.
This was so great. We got some great things coming up. We've got style expert tips from the lovely Kimmy Seltzer, dating tips, you name it. There's going to be ambushing. It's going to be fun. We're not just going to be sitting and talking, which was great.
Yes,
because we wanted to have
good, but doing is better.
But doing is better. And I can't wait for you to see what she does, because she's phenomenal at what she does. Tell the whole world how they know how to get in touch with you. This is your camera, or this, I don't know which one. There we go. Camera number 2.
Camera number 2. Well, obviously, you can find me by going to datingirl.tv and subscribe, because that's when you will know when we are live. I plan on doing this show each week. If you want to pick up my style guide, go to styleguide.tv, and the Charisma Quotient is my podcast, and pretty much everywhere, KimmySeltzer.com or at Kimmy Seltzer are my socials. And as you can see, we go live on all the platforms.
Yes.
So
we were live on LinkedIn too,
we
right?
were live on
We
LinkedIn.
were live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. Kimmy, it is an absolute pleasure to be co-producing this show with you. I cannot wait to see what happens from this. You're a dynamite person and an excellent, excellent human being. And listen, if you are in the LA area, please shoot us a message how you can be part of the show. We'll help you get some style expert tips and dating tips, and so you don't have to feel any of the woes.
Yes.
Yeah?
And you, right back at you. You are so awesome, and thank you for co-producing it with me, and I'm super excited. And again, like, my mission is to help all of you and provide a way to connect with each other. And so the more interactive you are, whether it's in the chat, whether you come in the studio, whether you put yourself out there in ways of a picture, just like interact with us, because the more you put yourself out there, the more you're going to get back.
Yes, thank you so much for watching, Sylvia. You look hot. We right back at you. She said that about the guy. I just want to let her know that she looks hot. Listen, wherever you are, I hope you find a really good day, and tune in next week for Dating IRL. Bye, guys. See you later.